Hello, my name is Jeff Krohn, self-professed liturgy nerd. My family and I have been parishioners of St. Wenceslas for 20 years. Today, in this Mystery of the Mass video, I want to explore why Catholic churches look like they do. The inspiring worship pillar of the St. Wenceslas strategic plan says, "We will be drawn into the fullness of God's love through liturgies that engage every person and match the beauty of our church." When you walk into our beautiful church every Sunday, have you ever looked around and wondered why the church looks like it does? The Book of Wisdom, chapter 13, verse 5, tells us, "For from the greatness and beauty of created things comes a corresponding perception of their Creator." The church building invites us into a sacred encounter with God. What is architectural is ultimately theological. Over the centuries, churches have developed into buildings that are both symbolic and practical, and powerful expressions of theological realities. The new St. Wenceslas Church was intentionally built with more traditional architecture to better draw our minds, hearts, and souls toward the majesty and power of God. There are hundreds of significant items in the church, but let's talk about just a few, starting with the cruciform shape. The next time you walk into the church, look around at its overall shape. You will see it's built in the shape of a cross. As you're looking around the church, notice the octagonal shape of the baptismal font. In Genesis chapter 17, verse 12, we see that male Jews were circumcised 8 days after birth as a sign of their covenant with God. This prefigures the sacrament of baptism in the new covenant. So baptismal fonts have 8 sides to hearken back to the 8th day in the Old Covenant. The symbolic 8th day of the week also signifies the day of the resurrection. When you walk down the center aisle of the church, you will see that the altar is on the center line of the church. This is symbolic of the centrality of Christ's sacrifice to the Christian faith. As you approach it, you get a sense of reverence and can feel how it represents the sacrifice of Christ and the Eucharist. As you look to the right, you see the tabernacle where Christ is truly present. It is his presence that inspires us to remain quiet inside this holy place. We have several statues throughout the church, including St. Peregrine, St. Cyril, and St. Methodius. Statues are reminders of the communion of saints and inspire our devotion to them. Most importantly, the altar is flanked by statues of Mary and Joseph. Have you ever noticed that Mary is on the right side of the altar as the priest looks out at the congregation? It is traditional that secular queens sit to the right of the king. So it is fitting that the statue of Mary is placed to the right of the altar, where Christ the King is made present during the Mass. For more on the symbolism in the church building, read the Catechism of the Catholic Church, paragraphs 1150 and 1179 through 1186. The book, The Church, Unlocking the Secrets to the Places Catholics Call Home, by Donald Cardinal Wuerl and Mike Aquilina, also explains much more about the symbolism of the church building.